This is my third YouTube video of the day, but I wanted to talk about the Shirley Caesar and Kim Burell scandal that's going on about their remarks and how Shirley Caesar defended Kim Burell remarks. Let me start out by saying I was going to talk about it in my first video, but my battery went dead, so I'm talking about it now. Anyway, let me start out by saying that everyone is entitled to their opinion. We live in America. We have freedom of speech. And so, even though I don't agree with neither one of their opinions, I'm going to respect their opinions because that's their belief and that's what they believe in. What I don't necessarily agree with is it was released on, I think, the day after New Year's or whatever. And if you go to church, I usually go to church on New Year's. I didn't go this year because I had to work. But it's always an uplifting kind of thing. When you go to church, you want to go, as a Christian, you want to go to commune with other people. You want to be uplifted. You want to hear the word of God. You don't want to hear hate speech. And I feel like she was preaching hate speech up at the pulpit. And even if you don't agree with the quote-unquote lifestyle, as she said, you don't have to demonize people to get your message across. I feel like when you start demonizing people, you kind of lose a message where someone were to agree with you. And unfortunately, her opinions and beliefs are shared with a lot of different people. Now, a lot of people don't agree with it. A lot of people do. And some people were defending her, like Tamar. She came out and said, well, sometimes you hear stuff that you don't believe in within the church. And that is true. Sometimes some things you don't agree with within church. But you sit in the pew or you walk out. At the end of the day, you have to have a relationship with God at the end of the day. And you have to that's the basis that you're going to get, that's how you're going to get to heaven. And I remember one sermon about a couple years ago when our preacher was talking about God will continue to knock at your door from the day you're born until the day, I guess, before you die, whatever, or the day that you die. He's going to be knocking on the door and he's always going to allow you to come in. And God doesn't turn anyone away. And I truly believe that. So her hate speech, I didn't agree with. On Shirley Caesar's, on her part, I was going to say, like I said, she decided her opinion. I just didn't agree with what she was talking about from the White House. And I feel like not only, I heard one of her songs from her latest album because my dad was playing it in his car when we were going somewhere. And one of the quotes were like, where you can't rely on the White House. And I was thinking, wow, you can't rely on the White House. For a lot of years, we couldn't rely on the White House because they were writing or supporting bills that were against us as African Americans or against women or against other minority groups. And I'm like, you have an issue on President Obama supporting LGBT issues, which he didn't even support in the beginning of his administration. He waited till after his reelection to start supporting these issues. But at the end of the day, I'll say this again. They're entitled to their own opinions and their own system of beliefs, and you're entitled to your own system of belief. We have a First Amendment, freedom of speech, and we also have an expression, and we also have it where we talk about the freedom of religion. So that's what I want to talk about. And another quick thing I think I want to talk about. I don't think I need to talk about anything else. I was thinking about something, but now I can't think about it. So I guess that's, oh well. But anyway, like I was saying, they're entitled to their opinions, and I'm not going to bash them for having an opinion. All I just want to say is, people, when you're talking to other people, usually we don't talk about politics and religion, but if you're going to have that conversation, respect everyone else's opinion and move on. We're not agreeing on everything. And that's, I think, about it. Goodbye. Also, before I go, I would like for you to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to try to do some more videos, some more story times, and some more videos about stuff like this. Talk to you later. Goodbye.